was in my service.
So sad. He was so young.
I come from there and remember. I was born like everyone is born. I have a mother and a house with many windows. I have brothers, friends, and a prison. This ought to be familiar. Mother, father, nothing out of the ordinary. And then there was my brother. Sammy was like the sun. Or maybe even a star.
Look over my shoulder. And again.
You never worry. You might be gaming this.
I'd worry if you didn't try. Go on.
Easy. Sorry. E C B D L N P T E R F C P D E.
Very nice. Now the other?
By then, his sight had already begun to fade. As the cancer spread, slowly but surely, taking more and more, it would only be a matter of time.
Someone's driving you?
Sure. See you.
But he did not want anyone to know. He coped with the inevitability as best he could and struggled to hold on to what he could. In the end, it was not the cancer that killed him. It was the bike. How he loved that bike. We have, as we go on, fewer and fewer things that give us real pleasure. I did not know where he was or what he was doing. It was often that way. Over the years, he was lost to us. But he always had his camera.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yo, Habib!
Always a worm up the ass. Come on.
What?
I don't want to lose the light. I'll even let you drive. Oh, bloody hell. I can't resist.
Perpetual motion, Sammy. Always on to the next thing. But time stopped during the magic hour. Because everything and everyone was so beautiful. And so we whiled away another afternoon, as if we had more time. And I wept. But Sammy had always lived in the moment, capturing images.
Didn't know the Queen was here.
Queen Elizabeth? When?
59. When the St. Lawrence Waterway opened, they brought her here. Yeah, but it was a dry summer. Fire trucks were called in, and they pumped water into the falls. So she'd have something to look at. You wonder how many times that's happened. How many things she's heard, seen that aren't real. You wonder if she remembers. Poor Queen.
Hey, you. This the baby brother?
This is Rebecca, Mohammed.
Hello.
Movie critic, right? I've heard your show.
Film theorist, actually.
The family success.
No, it's mine.
Thanks.
You should get her number.
Was that a pinch?
No, it's fine. I'm glad you called, really.
Girls. They drove our parents mad. Always calling. Always for Sammy. And it was always yes. Why say no when you can say yes? I would have given anything. Anything at all. But none of them mattered, really. He made a dark room in the cellar and made himself into a photographer. Have I seen these?
Doubtful.
They're lovely.
Even you.
My God. Where are you, though?
Posterity is overrated. Remember Flora?
Of course I remembered Flora. For one thing, she took her own photos. For another, I wasn't just Sammy's younger brother. She wasn't like the others. Flora mattered.
Muhammad. Thanks.
Army of Shadows.
I don't get the fuss.
But you recommended it. When I was 13. Said it was great. Required viewing. I distinctly remember this.
There's lots of reasons for watching movies.
That was a pinch.
Small one. Hang on. Something we can both agree on.
Whilst the Stan is playing like absolute shite.
Always root for the underdog.
It's interesting what you remember of someone after they're gone.
البقية في حياتك.
في حياتك الباقية.
I knew about the bike.
I'm sure he did too. It had been such a short time since I was last here. And then very quickly I was back. And now everything reminded me of something.
For how long?
Don't worry. The dinner's been on my calendar for weeks.
I have the number for those estate people. I'm putting it in your directory right now.
No, no, no. I don't want strangers.
They're bonded and insured. You won't even have to be there.
I want to do this. Stay on a bit.
This is a message for Flora. This is Sami Aziz. Yeah, right. Well, it's kind of strange. It's been so long talking to you on this recording. But I'm here. I'd love to talk to you and see you. I'll talk to you soon.
It's true, by the way. Clothes do make the man. Given the raw materials, I like to think it worked for me. Watan, homeland, home. The soil from which we sprang. Our parents said it's not like that anymore. But it had been once. For Sammy, that was enough. And that's when I realized a person could keep things hidden. Someone might tell you that he was just running around to the pub, when in reality, he was seeing how we had lived. Before nothing was left at all. Palestine. Sammy saw it as only a photographer would. And so it cut deeper. And then he was back. And everyone behaved as if nothing had ever happened. But clearly he was changed. Altered. I could see it in his face, his eyes. After that, home mattered less. Family mattered less. Which was funny when you think about it. It's your home, but you could never return. I wonder about Father and how that made him feel. He was serious and tried not to show emotion. But I know he felt it.
Does Sammy Aziz live here?
Who wants to know?
Skip it.
Wait. Hello?
Hello, Sammy? It's Flora.
Flora Muir. Who wouldn't remember?
I didn't even know he left London. When did that happen?
Ages ago? 15 years at least.
Really?
His movements weren't that easy to follow. Even I had trouble with that. When did you last speak to one another?
Adam, this is Mohammed.
Hello, Adam. How do you do?
Nice meeting you.
Does that answer your question?
I knew that we needed to talk. And I was going to call him. But there was this conference out of town, so I decided to wait until I got back, when there'd be more time.
I would have done the same thing, Flora. Anybody would have.
Actually, Mohamed, there's a little bit more to it. Adam knows his father was someone I met in London, but we never really talked about it. And I was going to do that too.
It would be hard enough explaining why his father was never there. But now that he could never know him, I did not envy her task. In the years that I've been in radio, I often wondered if Sammy ever heard my work.
Ask me how the meeting went.
Doubtful.
Fantastic. And you were mentioned highly complimentary. Highly.
See? I knew there was an audience for film theory.
Interestingly, the audience is for Mohamed Aziz. You intrigued them, and so permission to proceed? Granted.
To be young, displaced, and Arab?
If you like.
Thrown a couple of Rumi poems?
Very popular.
Except I was born in London, and Rumi was Persian.
Yeah, you understand this is coming from the top.
And fish sting from the head down.
Look, I know. I get it, okay? Anybody can blow smoke about French New Wave. You, on the other hand, have options. You could be a voice. You could be the voice.
The voice. As if we don't know exactly what that means. At least this is taken care of. And it's a load off my mind. Rhonda, I don't know why Sammy didn't make these arrangements. I don't think it matters, really.
He fathers a son and leaves his own brother completely in the dark. Who does things like this?
Flora, how lovely to hear you. Graduation party? I'd love to. Could I check back with you? Why are you behaving this way?
Because I'm annoyed.
You're not being excluded. I never even mentioned you to Flora.
Now that's nice.
For fuck's sake. After the party, I'm spending the night at Sammy's. Next morning, Adam and Flora can come see the house, which is rightfully his. End of discussion. Before I return in ample time for this Friday's command performance, all right?
What is this? A joke? For your information, all of the voting partners will be there, and to most of them, I'm that girl whose name gets flagged on spell check.
Adam is my brother's son.
Please. The only thing you know is that he's the son of some blonde.
Oh, and that's what this is about?
Running around London.
Stop it, Rhonda. You weren't there. You don't know.
You were 15, Mohamed. Maybe you don't know either.
You're wrong. And they're my responsibility.
They?
Rhonda.
Just so I'm clear, are you going to spend the rest of your life making up for Sammy's mistakes? Or is there something else going on?
The last happy summer. The last time I had a place. I gave her the key to the motorbike. I thought Adam should have it. I wonder now if that was a good idea.
So, what's Palestine like this time of year?
Kelly.
Ben, some of us are just trying to make polite conversation.
I couldn't tell you. The family moved to England in '67, just before Adam's father was born.
So, then you're really English?
That would indeed be one way of looking at it.
Hey.
Good to see you. Got some wine here.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit of poster action for the kid.
Oh,
about the Middle
thank
East.
you. Yeah.
Maybe afterwards we can. Do a
Yeah.
little bit.
Mohamed, this is Charles.
Ahlan wa sahlan, Mohamed.
Ahlan fiqh, Charles.
Charles teaches Middle Eastern political history.
Pre-colonial. Be great to talk sometime.
I look forward to it.
Listen, there's something I want to talk to you about. I'm thinking about taking a sabbatical next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering how you'd feel about marriage.
Got an extra?
Of course.
I talked to her at length that afternoon. She did not tell me, but I guessed. By her manner, she had not yet told her parents.
Ginger ale or ginger beer?
Thought they were the same.
I thought you quit, Sasha.
Recently quit quitting.
It was not hard to see what was hidden between those two. I guess the apple does not fall far from the tree. Funny how history repeats.
You did a really nice job. It was a great party.
Thanks. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Yeah.
Come here. All right. Good night.
Without Sammy about, things were pretty lackluster.
Probably tidier.
He was kind of a disaster that way, wasn't he?
Let's just say I'm glad Adam got your sense of order.
My mother kept a picture of Sammy at about this age. Uncanny.
You know what's really strange? I think I hear Sammy and you. Kind of hit me yesterday on the phone. You know, if it wasn't for you, Mohamed, things would have been completely different.
What do you mean?
Well, if you hadn't been with Sammy that day, I might not have given him my number.
I'm glad my presence reassured you.
It was sweet, the two of you together. Besides, I didn't want to ruin your movie.
You really haven't changed a bit, Flora.
Now that is definitely not true. You know, if you don't have to hurry back, it'd be great if you could stay.
I think I could manage a couple of days. Sorry, mate.
That's okay. You hungry?
I could be persuaded. It tasted exactly the way that Sammy used to make it. I felt relieved. So, how did you find each other?
It's not that hard if you bother. He liked my name. He said it means first man alive.
Oh. Adam.
He said he'd come back.
That wasn't possible.
Did you tell my mom?
That's for you to do. You'll know when the time's right. I felt happy that I'd stayed on. I was gratified to have learned that he had met his father after all. But what did Sammy say to him? What did he tell him? I was almost jealous.
Five letters. Giving in, maybe. Third letter C.
See?
Cornets, kind hearts, and...
That is a fantastic movie.
Is that the one where Alec Guinness murders all his relatives?
No. That's where he plays all his relatives.
The murderer is Dennis Price.
Right.
And he confesses by mistake. Didn't we see that at the palace?
We did. But it was the new gallery. Would he like a pen? كل الفلا isn't he?
He's got this plan that my mom should sail with him to Belize, since I'll be in school.
Oh.
I don't think she likes the idea. What if something happens to me and she didn't know?
Parents are that way.
Who says you have to be a parent to feel like that?
Not you, obviously.
No. Otherwise, nobody will look out for other people's kids, or take care of them, or adopt them.
Probably not.
It's kind of a test.
Right. How'd you get to be so bloody tall?
Maybe we take too much for granted. In the past, you'd paint a picture with your memories, your words. But now an artist has. You're not an emperor or a general. Maybe you're a merchant, a bureaucrat, a physician. And your husband, your mother, or your son. Are the way you want to see them. The way you want to remember.
Dr. Muir, I'm locking up the building in 15 minutes.
Very nice.
T-shirts get so boring.
Now I know we're related. Can't twist your arm then?
I think my mom would rather do this by herself.
Everything all right?
Sure.
But we ended up taking a detour on the way to Sammy's house.
Think of all the time we waste pretending.
The Queen and the fire trucks.
Sammy tell you that?
Yes. And you told him.
I never liked that story. I thought it was dishonest.
Maybe they just didn't want her to be disappointed.
That's what Sammy said. We ended up having this stupid fight.
Did you? I don't remember.
Anyway, he told me to call if I ever changed my mind. Things are supposed to happen for a reason. I wondered, Sammy never said anything to you about this?
Never.
I guess it wouldn't make any sense. What would you have done?
What if I'd known?
No. If you were Sammy.
What would I have done had I been in Sammy's shoes? Or Adam's?
We should try. You shouldn't have to do this alone.
I think I'll just go home for a little bit. Kelly wants to go out later. You should come.
Who else is coming?
The usuals. It's no big deal.
Thanks.
I hate this. And everything and everyone.
Poems we liked. Did you ever do that? I contributed Dover Beach.
Let us be true to one another.
Always the optimist. Here, Adam remembers the dust of his clay. Mahmoud Darwish. His printing was so careful.
I've forgotten. You are my country. You'd really have to love a person to write that line.
You'd think so.
Adam should have it someday.
Maybe we should get started.
Let me get you some water.
It's all right.
All his negatives are here. It would be a job, but someone should go through them, don't you think? Remember how Sammy was? It feels odd. Like any moment he'll come into the room and tell us to leave his camera alone.
I think what really hurt was that I had only been gone 2 months. You feel so stupid, but you adjust. You lead your life. What else is there?
Flora.
I never really talked to Adam, and I should have. I absolutely should have, because they should have had a chance. But when I heard his voice, all I could think was, thanks a lot, Sammy Aziz. It takes 17 years to call. Fine. No, you can wait. And now, after all of this, it wound up being my fault. And I cannot tell you how angry that makes me.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Maybe I could use that glass of water.
It's okay. I can do that.
Oh, it's no trouble. No trouble at all.
Hello? I'm sorry, he's not back. Can I take a message?
Thanksgiving.
What?
The last time Sammy and I spoke, you were asking?
Right.
I thought it was brilliant. I would call him, tell him what he told me. Why say no when you can say yes? Coming?
Thanks for doing this.
No trouble. No trouble at all. I've been meaning to make tagine.
An unusual recipe.
It's authentic. So tell me, how's this house thing gonna work?
It's a trust. Really rather simple.
And I'm the trustee until Adam turns 21.
And the house is gonna sit empty for 4 years?
It can be rented.
It's gonna take a lot more than rent to cover property tax and insurance.
I'll make up the difference. Excuse me.
You should try some, Adam.
A house, a motorcycle, what's next?
It's not digital, but it's still worthwhile.
It was your father's, Adam.
I know.
Take it along to school this autumn. Try it out in a photography class.
I'll I'll be gone by morning.
I'm sure Adam knows how to...
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because I'm not going.
What are your plans?
None of your business.
If you think you're gonna hang around the house being obnoxious, Adam, you can think again.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking I might cruise around my dead dad's motorcycle and pick up chicks. What are you laughing at?
Excuse me?
Somebody named Rhonda called.
Who's Rhonda?
Your mother's not to blame, Adam. Just trust me, please. But you must talk to her about
Who
your
are you
father.
to tell me what to do? Show up, act like you give a shit.
You're my family, Adam. You're all that's left to me.
Why don't you just leave us alone?
I won't do that.
Yeah. Just like him.
What did you come for?
For things to be the way they were.
When? Yesterday? Last week? Last year? How far back do we go?
After you left London, Sammy went to Palestine. If I were Sammy, I'd better get going.
What did you do?
You're the smart one, Adam. What do you think?
Were you even gonna say anything? Am I the only one who doesn't know?
Come on, let's go.
Just leave my bike.
What, Adam? It's like 90 miles. You
Just
can't.
leave it and go.
You know what, Adam? This isn't your business, and it was never your problem.
Whose problem was it?
It was all crumbling before me. Sammy, Adam, and now Flora. And it was all my fault. And the longer it went on, the more the guilt rose like a wall.
What was he thinking?
You know how it goes. Be by himself for a bit. Sort it all out.
Please, don't worry.
I wonder where he gets it from.
He said not to worry. He'd be back in a week. But the days passed. No one had any idea if he was alive or where he was.
I don't think I passed the test.
Neither did I. What shall I tell your mom?
I'll be home in a little bit. I need to talk to her too. Will you be there?
I don't know. So you had developed Sammy's final roll of film. It had been the last time. We were happy. All you want is for things to be the way they were. Something was different, though. But maybe I had changed too. It starts with the sound of someone's voice. Everything seems so real. And you think, at last, it'll be all right. We should try, you said. Why say no when you can say yes? That's what our minds do best. They edit and improve. They fill in the parts we leave out. So when you phoned and thought that I was him, I panicked. I was 15 and had visions of Sammy running away to America with his new family. And I left behind. You thought that I was him.
Sammy never even knew. Have you told Adam?
I come from there and remember. I was born like everyone is born. I have a mother and a house with many windows. I have brothers, friends, and a prison. I have a wave that seagulls snatched away. I have a view of my own and an extra blade of grass. I have a moon past the peak of words. I have traversed the land before swords turned bodies into banquets. I come from there. I return the sky to its mother, when for its mother the sky cries. And I weep for a returning cloud to know me. I have learned the words, the blood-stained courts in order to break the rules. I have learned and dismantled all the words to construct a single one.